Okay, so for this, what I want to do is I want to make sure that my tracks are selected. I'm going to go up to timeline and I am going to create a new video track. Okay, I'm going to make sure that the monitor is turned on, and I'm also going to select my hash marks here so that way it effectively locks all my tracks. Alright. So in order to use the Avid title tool, we have to create a little bit of room for the title tool to grab onto. So I am going to right click this and I'm going to hit splice in. I'm sure that all of my tracks are selected. Alright, and before I do anything else, what I want to do is I want to add filler. Alright, in this particular case I'm just going to add it at position. Alright, and what that did was it created about a second of footage. Alright, what I want to do is I'm just going to select all of this in just a moment and move it down, but I want to figure out how far I have to move it. So using the keyboard, I'm going to hit two advances by 10 frames. Alright, don't use the number pad. Use the numbers that you have right above your letters inside the keyboard proper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that looks pretty good right about there. I'm sure that everything is brought back. I have all of this selected, so I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to click select, and then all of this as well. It may actually throw my effects off, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. So I'm just going to move it out over here roughly. Alright, so now I will have roughly 3 seconds to be able to work with the title. Alright, I can take that off, don't need it anymore. Alright, I am going to mark in, and then I'm going to come to here. I'm going to bring it back by you know what, come to the very beginning. I'm going to mark out. Alright, so now I can go ahead and I can hit the title tool. Alright, I've got my Avid Titler Plus up. Select my text. Alright, now when I come up here, I can put in DMJ 440 field production. Down below that, I can put master sync. And below that, I can put, you know, fall 2022. Okay. And I am going to click the position cursor, which will allow me to move my title to just about anywhere. Alright. So I like it in the middle, and I like it in the middle, and everything is synced. And that is the title. Okay. I am going to hit G to clear my ins and outs. Alright. And yeah, that looks roughly it. I'm seeing that it's going over by a little bit, but I'm not really all that concerned about it because I can actually use the title tool on that. So I can just bring on the title tool, I'm sorry, Command Z. Alright, let me hit G again so I clear my ins and my outs. I'm going to deselect V1, V2, V3, V4. I'm sorry, A1, A2, A3, A4. That way when I grab my title, I'm also going to undo the hash marks, which lock my tracks. So that way I could just bring this back just a little bit. So that way, what I want to do is I want to be, alright, and that takes care of that. And then what I can also do is I can also add a transition. Just go to the quick transition, add and render, and then, yeah, that should do it. Alright, we'll even do it on here as well. Alright. And add the transition at the beginning, add and render. You don't ordinarily need to fade titles. I just, for whatever reason, I'm doing that today. And when I say fade titles, I'm talking about fading in on the slate. So let me do that. Yeah, because I'm just being stubborn today. I'm going to remove my effect. All right. Same thing here at the very beginning. I'm going to remove my effect. It would help if I actually selected the right track. Remove and remove. And that way on V1 and A1, A2, A3, and A4, if I so choose, now I can add, and it's just going to be on these. So add and render. All right. And if I want to, I can even grab this and just bring it back a little bit. So that way it doesn't necessarily interfere with the fade. So this is what it will look like. There's my slate. Now we fade in. Okay. So again, now we got the hard cut and we fade in. What I want to do is I want to be, okay. The other thing I want to do really quick, and I'll show you this all in one video. I'm going to mark in, and then I'm going to go to the very end. Actually, I want to add something here. Add and render. All right, and then Bob's your uncle. I'm also going to come to the very end, and I'm going to mark out. Pull this back because we don't need to have that expanded view right now. And I am going to right click, and I am going to go to render, and then I'm going to render in out. And there are 5 effects to render. I'm going to click OK. And everything's golden. Okay. I'm going to hit G, clear my ins and outs. Then I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Save All Bins. And that's the end of this video.